Maxime Reynaud measured at 7 foot and a quarter barefoot, being the 5th tallest player at the entire draft combine, having a 10 and a quarter inch hand width, that being the 5th biggest among centers and the 8th biggest overall, having the fastest lane agility time of any center, and that's very impressive and very noteworthy for his lateral mobility, clocking in at 11.31 seconds. And then finally, having a 20-inch standing vertical, not great, but kind of average, and citing him being a decent athlete for a big, especially for a 7 foot plus big, actually being 4th among centers and kind of hinting at him being decent athletically. Then for the slight disappointment, I would say that would be his weight and wingspan. Definitely not a heavy disappointment, but he did measure with a 7 foot 1 and a quarter wingspan, only being a 1 inch differential from his height, and you would like that to be about 2 to 3 inches at the bare minimum. Not anything terrible, but a little slight disappointment there. Then weighing in at 236.8 pounds, a little bit light for a center, especially for a 7 foot plus big, but not anything too terrible. Preferably would be about 5 to 10 pounds heavier, but he definitely can get to that point. Again, neither being bad, but slightly underwhelming for a big. But apart from measurements or anything he showed during the draft combine, the much more important part here is his actual game and what he showed on the court. So getting into that, I'd say a good NBA comparison for him to give you a good frame of reference would be Brook Lopez. No, not Brook Lopez right now, but kind of a younger version of him, right when he developed that 3-point shot at probably about 25 to 27 years old. I'd say that's a pretty good comparison for Maxime Reynaud. Everything in regard to their frame, both being 7 foot 1, Brook entering the NBA weighing about 250 pounds, Maxime Reynaud being roughly 240 pounds, so fairly close. Then offensively being very similar in my opinion, entering the NBA being very talented low post scoring big men. That was kind of Brook's bread and butter entering the NBA, and also kind of Maxime Reynaud's bread and butter. Then on top of that, both offering floor spacing ability, Reynaud actually entering the NBA with it, Lopez taking about 5 years to get to that point, but now is one of the best 3-point shooting big men in the entire NBA and during the entire past decade of the NBA. Then even defensively, both solid rim protectors, Lopez definitely better than Reynaud, but Maxime Reynaud is pretty good too. And then last but not least, they even both attended the same college, that being Stanford, with Maxime Reynaud being a full 4-year college player, and Brook Lopez spending 2 years at Stanford. But after that, actually getting into the on-court skills and weaknesses, but beginning with the strength, that would definitely have to be rebounding. I mean, the guy led the entire ACC in rebounds per game, total rebound percentage, and defensive rebound percentage too. Averaging 10.6 rebounds per game, again leading the entire ACC, and definitely Stanford in rebounds, grabbing 371 total rebounds, having a total rebound percentage of 18.8, and then a defensive rebound percentage of 28.7%, and that's absolutely elite if you're not aware. And to kind of sum it up here, the guy's absolutely an elite rebounder and probably one of, if not the best rebounder in the entire draft in my opinion, which, like I said, I'd either go with Maxime Reynaud or Amari Williams, who I also made a video about if you want to check that out. Then moving on to weakness number 1 though, I'd say that would probably be physicality. Isn't afraid of contact or doesn't shy away from it per se, but like I kind of mentioned, is a little bit light for a 7 foot plus big, weighing in at roughly 237 pounds, and he could use another 5 to 10 pounds when he probably will get to that point. But for right now is a little bit light, will maybe get pushed around by the bigger NBA centers, albeit there's not very many of them at this point, but might be a weakness for his game entering the NBA. Overall, he tends to be more finesse rather than physical, kind of preferring to take jump shots and floaters and overall finesse game rather than simply bullying his way to the basket and playing more that style of play. Which again is not a bad thing, but kind of preference. Some teams might want that and others won't want that, so I guess that would be up to a team like the Lakers. But then moving on to strength number 2, and that would definitely have to be shooting ability and scoring ability. Really take your pick. The guy made 1.9 3-point shots per game during his senior year. That's definitely top 5 among centers in D1 college and very impressive for any big. Shooting roughly 35% from 3 and 36.1% during his junior year. Overall very good, and especially factoring in with the volume he took, attempting 5.5 3-point shots per game during his senior year. That's incredibly high volume for a big, and especially at the college level. And then the fact that he can really shoot and score from anywhere on the court, whether it be 3-point shooting, mid-range shooting, fadeaway jump shots in the post, floaters, having a soft touch around the rim in general, and then for him averaging 20.2 points per game, 9th at the entire D1 level, leading his team in scoring, 2nd in the ACC, and probably being the most talented scoring big man in the entire draft in my opinion, that's something you can definitely point to as a strength for him. In my opinion, definitely projects to be a great pick and pop and pick and roll partner. Having the combination of 3-point shooting ability, a great floater on the run, or then simply finishing ability and touch around the rim, Maxime Reynaud can really do it all on offense. Again, does not matter where the guy is in the court, he can flat out score the ball, and that should definitely translate well to the NBA. But I think that'll pretty much do it for this one, and if you enjoyed the video, then I'll greatly appreciate it if you dropped a like, subscribe to the channel if you have not already, and hit that notification bell to never miss out when I upload a video. But as always, thank you for watching and have a great day or night.